Behind me is a caboose. I hadn't really given a lot of thought, but it looked interesting. Thought I'd stop, get a look at it, mainly because I saw one of the doors was open. And I figured we could go inside and have a look. It's, I guess, a decoration for the city, the junction of the two railroads. I forgot to mention that in the video I finished earlier. But Junction City was actually, I guess, named because of the junction or crossing of the L&N and Southern Railroads. Kind of an apt emblem using the rail caboose, which is no longer used by pretty much any railroad except as decorations now on older trains. Anyway, let's take a look at the caboose a little bit. It's painted red. I guess that was mainly because years ago they wanted them to be very visible. It's sitting on a set of rails, as you can see under it, hopefully. Well, not as well because it's quite dark there. Not sure how they even got that thing here, but they did. So, let's pause the video, go inside and see what we can see. You can see the brakeman's wheel. It can be used to slow it down. Wow, okay. I guess it's being used for storage. Christmas lights, that's interesting. Now this is neat. It's actually got an old stove still in it. I'm guessing that must have been a coal box or something for the stove. I have no clue at all. The old stove. Looks much like one that you would have seen in a house. That actually does surprise me. I've got some kind of storage box, looks like here, and of course, since I know I would be dying for anybody filming it to open it so we could have a look inside, I'll do just that. I guess that would have been for paperwork. I'm not really sure. And then a phone for, I'm going to assume that would have been a communication with the engineer up in the front, or maybe it was a radio phone where they could talk to more than just the engineer. Seats where they could sit and look out. The thing that is interesting to me is you can see these side pieces move out just a bit. I've seen other cabooses with the top where up here where it's flat on this one, they would sit up high. I did see somebody else doing a YouTube video and they discussed and showed this, which was the air pressure gauge that I guess would let them know how much air pressure there was between the front and rear. Not sure what the valve's for, but air pressure I'm sure, but not really sure why. There's over here just a closet. An interesting thing. I guess the crew that worked back here could bring a change of clothes, or maybe that was where their work clothes went. Wow, talk about lack of privacy. Maybe there was curtains on these rods up here or something, but if not, again, wow, a toilet. That's a little sink. And I'm going to guess there's the water tank that supplied the water for the toilet. Well, kind of interesting, but still. And I'm not sure who might be laying on those mats in here, but I guess if you were homeless, you could come live in this caboose. Would make kind of a neat little apartment, efficiency style apartment, if it was painted a little lighter color. Let's see what's in this other closet here. Oh, it's just identical to the other one. Coat rack. You can see the air pressure gauge and a shut-off valve to shut off the air valve. Wow, that's a little rusted. Sadly, there's a lot of trash in here too. Oh, this is kind of a neat thing. You've got extra parts. They've only got one hanging there, but that makes sense. There was extra couplings for the air couplings along the train. Not sure what would have been in that box. Or, well, now I guess, seeing the second part, I guess I can guess. Considering that second part looks like where you put paper cups, I'm guessing there was a water cooler there. So that would lead me to wonder, was the water, let's turn back around, was the water up in that tank potable? Could they drink it? Or was it just used in this small sink to wash their hands and in another way to flush the toilet, which kind of weird. It's got a whole contraption here. I wonder if it used air pressure. I'm guessing it, yeah, I guess it did. That's kind of different. I've never seen something like that. Maybe someone could leave a comment explaining the use of it. Okay, we've got to open all the boxes. It's just kind of have to. Sadly, I don't have any lights. looks like it's totally empty though. I'm guessing it was used for cold. Okay, wow. Heavy. Okay, batteries. Well, that explains where they get the electric. I'm just kind of shocked that there's still batteries actually in it. The only thing it does puzzle me, I guess that back in the back was sleeping quarters, and that's what the mats are supposed to denote. Maybe they slept, maybe they didn't in the train. I didn't try to open the door at the far end. I guess I could have, but no real point. And lights. I'm kind of surprised that, well, no, I'm not really surprised that it had batteries. That does kind of make sense that it would use batteries instead of having some kind of electrical connection coming all the way the length of the train from the engine. Kind of makes more sense to me in current times to have a generator, but maybe that's also a reason they quit using cabooses, so not much point. Sadly, it's in kind of rough shape. Well, we can take a look, and like I say, the namesake of the city, Junction City, the junction of the two railroads. And that pretty much concludes our little tour of this caboose.